Hello friends, in previous video we had completed the first chapter, that is complex variable and complex function. So today in this video we will be starting the new chapter, that is the Z transformation or mapping. Okay, so in today's video we will be discussing about the linear transformation and inversion transformation. Okay, so the first question arises in your mind, that is what is transformation and where it is used. So the application of Z transformation is that we use Z transformation for discrete analysis. Means this topic is used in the signal electrical signals. Okay, that means if we have a complicated electrical signal, then we use this Z transformation to convert that complicated signal into a very simple signal. Okay, to study that. And application of Laplace transform is that we use Laplace transform for continuous analysis. That means if we have a continuous function and if we want to analyze that function, then we use the Laplace transform. Okay, so now today we will learn the linear transformation and inversion transformation. So the first topic is linear transformation. So what is a linear transformation? Okay, so a transformation is said to be linear if the form is given that W is equals to AZ plus B, where A and B are the complex numbers. Okay, you will understand this in a better way when we will solve the sums. Now in linear transformation, in the question it is given a equation of line in the Z plane. Then by using a linear transformation we can convert that line of Z plane into the line of W plane. That means if equation of line is given in XY plane and we have a line which intersects this way, we have a line, and that line we will be converted into the W plane by using the linear transformation. It will be a simple line in any form. You will understand this in a better way. So for time being, remember, if we use the linear transformation and in the question the equation of line is given, then in the W plane we get the line only. Okay, so now we will see the first question of this linear transformation. Okay, so the first question is, find the image of semi-infinite strip x is greater than 0 and y is between 0 to 2 when W equals to Iz plus 1 is given. Sketch the image of the strip in Z plane and in W plane. Okay, so I will solve. So the solution is, here W is equals to Iz plus 1 is given. So in the question it will be not mentioned that we have to use the linear transformation. By seeing the equation of W we have to understand. So here W is equals to Iz plus 1 is given. So what is the equation for linear transformation? That is W is equals to AZ plus B. AZ plus B. So you can see that we have the same equation, but in the place of A we have I and in the place of B we have 1. Okay, so this equation is the equation for the linear transformation. Okay, so in the chapter first, that is complex variable and complex function, in that chapter we had replaced the term f of z with u plus iv. Okay, so the same way we have to replace w in this chapter with u plus iv and z as it is, that is x plus iy. So we will replace w with u plus iv. So u plus iv, which is equals to I into x plus iy plus 1. We have replaced w with u plus iv and z with x plus iy. So we had obtained this equation. So now we will open this bracket. So u plus iv, which is equals to ix plus I square into y plus 1. Okay, so now u plus iv, which is equals to I into x minus y. I square is minus 1, so minus y plus 1. So now we will separate the real and imaginary part. So u equals to 1 minus y and v equals to x. Okay, I hope you understood these two equations. Now we will think that here in the xy plane, that is Z plane, it is mentioned that infinite strip is given. So what will be the figure in the W plane? So here we had used the linear transformation. So in linear transformation it is mentioned that if the figure in the Z plane is given as the line, then if we use the linear transformation, then we get the line in the W plane also. So here we will obtain the line only, okay, that is infinite strip. Now what is semi-infinite strip? Semi-infinite strip means the one end of this strip is fixed and the other end tends to infinity. That means it is extended till the infinity, okay. So here we had obtained the relation between u, v and x and y, okay. So in the equation we have x which is greater than 0 and y between 0 to 2, okay. So first we will see for x. So here we had obtained that v is equals to x and x is greater than 0. So we will write here that v is also greater than 0, okay. And here we want u. So u equals to 1 minus y. So we have to bring here 1 minus y. For that we have to multiply first with the negative sign. So minus y is equals to 0 is equals to minus 2. Multiplying with the minus, there will be a change in inequality. So now we will add 1. So here minus 1, here 1 minus y, and here it will be 1. That means 1 minus y is between minus 1 to 1. So what is 1 minus y? It is u. So u is between minus 1 to 1, okay. So we had obtained the inequalities for u and v. So we can now draw the figure in the w plane. First we will see for the z plane. So this is x axis, this is y axis, and this is z plane, okay. So what is the inequalities? That here it is mentioned that x is greater than 0. So here this is the negative part of x and this is the positive part of x. So here it is mentioned that we have to take x greater than 0 only, that is the positive part only. And here it is mentioned that y is from 0 to 2. That means y is equals to 0 is the x axis and y is equals to 2 is nothing but the line passes from 0 to 2 on y axis. So here it is the line. So this is y equals to 2 line, okay. So the intersection of x greater than 0 and y is from 0 to 2 will be this part, this much part only, okay, the part in the first quadrant. This will be extended till infinity. So this is the semi-infinite strip, that one end of the strip is fixed and the other end is extended till infinity. So this is the image of the strip in z plane. Now this image of the strip is converted into w plane, which we had obtained this, that is v is greater than 0 and u is between minus 1 to 1. So now we will draw. So this is u axis and this is v axis and this is nothing but the w plane, okay. So now here it is given that v is greater than 0. So this is the v axis, this is the negative part of the v axis and this is the positive part on the v axis. So we have to take the positive part only. So the part which is above the u axis is considered. Now we will see for u axis, that is u is between minus 1 to 1. So I will draw a line minus 1 and 1. So this is u equals to minus 1 and u equals to 1. This is minus 1 comma 0 and this is 1 comma 0. So now we will see the intersection of these two equations or inequalities. That is v is greater than 0 means the part above the u axis and u is between minus 1 to 1. So it will be this much part. I will show by shaded region. Extended till infinity. So this is the region of this infinite strip in w plane, okay. So I hope you understood the concept of transformation, that we had transformed this strip, infinite semi-infinite strip, into the other region in w plane, a simple region in w plane. This is the complicated region and this is the very simple region, okay. So now we will solve the next sum related to the linear transformation. So now next numerical is find the image of the region bounded by x equals to 0, y is equals to 0, x equals to 1 and y is equals to 2 in the z plane using the transformation w equals to 1 plus I into z plus 2 minus I. So again, by observing this equation we get a hint that this is the linear transformation. So the solution is, so here w equals to 1 plus I into z plus 2 minus I is given. So now we will substitute w as u plus iv 1 plus I and z as x plus iy plus 2 minus I. So this is u plus iv. Now we will open these two brackets. So this 1 into x plus iy is x plus iy, and I into x plus iy will be I into x plus I square into y. This is 2 minus I. So x plus iy plus I into x minus y, because I square is minus 1, plus 2 minus I. So now we will separate the real and imaginary part. So u is equals to x minus y plus 2. This is the real part. And v is equals to x plus y minus 1. Okay, I hope you understood these two equations. That is, v is equals to x plus y minus 1 and u is equals to x minus y plus 2. Okay, so now first we will see when x is equals to 0, that time what will be u and v. So here u is equals to 2 minus y and v is equals to y minus 1. Just substitute x equals to 0 in these two above equations, so you will get these two. So now substitute y is equals to 2 minus u in equation of v. So v equals to 2 minus u minus 1. So it will be 1 minus u. Okay, so v equals to 1 minus u. We had substituted this y is equals to 2 minus u in this equation and we had obtained this equation. So u plus v will be equals to 1. So this is the first equation we obtain when x is equals to 0. Okay. So now the second, when y equals to 0. Here it is mentioned that y is equals to 0. So when y is equals to 0, we have to put y equals to 0 in these two equations. So u is equals to x plus 2 and v is equals to x minus y. So now we substitute x equals to v plus 1 in this equation of u. So u is equals to v plus 1 plus 2. That means u minus v is equals to 3. This is the other equation. Okay, this is equation 2. Now the third, when x equals to 1. Okay, now when x equals to 1, that time u equals to 1 minus y plus 2 and v is equals to 1 plus y minus 1. So u is equals to 3 minus y and v equals to y. This minus 1 and plus 1 gets cancelled. So here we had obtained that v is equals to y. So substitute v equals to y in this equation. So we will get u is equals to 3 minus v. So u plus v equals to 3. This is the third equation we obtained. So now the last equation, that is when y equals to 2. Okay. So now substitute y equals to 2 in the equation of u. U is equals to x minus 2 plus 2 and v is equals to x plus 2 minus 1. So here u is equals to x and v is equals to x plus 1. So now substitute x equals to u in this equation. So v is equals to u plus 1. So we will get v minus u equals to 1. Okay. This is equation number 4. So here these are the equations of line, that is x is equals to 0 is a line, y is equals to 0 is also a line, x equals to 1 is also a line, and y equals to 2 is also a line. So according to the linear transformation, that is, if the equation of line is given in the z plane, then if we use the linear transformation, then we get the line in the w plane also. Okay, there will be a line corresponding to this all equation, that is x equals to 0, y is equals to 0, x equals to 1 and y equals to 2 in w plane also. Okay, so I will draw. So here first equation is x equals to 0. What is x equals to 0? It is nothing but the y axis. Okay, and the second equation is y is equals to 0. So y is equals to 0 is nothing but the x axis. So these two lines are there. That means I will write here y is equals to 0 and here as x is equals to 0. Now we had x equals to 1 and y is equals to 2. So I will draw these two lines. X equals to 1. So let's say this point as 1 comma 0. So this is x equals to 1 and second is y is equals to 2. So let's say this point as 0 comma 2. So this is the line, that is y is equals to 2. So now we will find the intersection of these four equations, that is x is equals to 0, y is equals to 0, x equals to 1 and y equals to 2. So the intersection of these four equations is this region, which is I am shading. Okay, so this is the region which is obtained in the z plane. So now we will see for the w plane. So now we will see the equations of line in w plane. So this is the w plane of u and v. So the first equation we obtained, that is u plus v equals to 1. This is the line. So if we put v equals to 0, then we get u equals to 1. Okay, when v is equals to 0, we get u equals to 1. So this is 1 comma 0, that means u equals to 1 and v is 0. So this is the first point, and this is the first point of line u plus v equals to 1. And in this equation, if we put u is equals to 0, then we get v equals to 1. So this is the second point of this line. This is 0 comma 1. Okay, let's say this line is u plus v equals to 1. So this is the first line. Okay, so this line we had drawn. So now we will see the equation number 2. So here u minus v equals to 3. That means if we put v is equals to 0, we get 3. That means here it is the point, that is 3 comma 0. That means if we put v is equals to 0, then we get 3. So u is 3 and v is 0. And the second point will be, if we put u is equals to 0, then we get v equals to minus 3. So this is the point minus 3 comma 0. That is this is 0 comma minus 3. That is u is 0 and v equals to minus 3. So this is the second point of line u minus v equals to 3. So I will draw. So this is the line, that is u minus v equals to 3. Okay, so this equation we had drawn. So now the third line, that is u plus v equals to 3. If we put v equals to 0, then we get 3. That means this point only. And if we put u equals to 0, then we will get v equals to 3. So here there will be the point of third line, that is 0 comma 3. That is u is equals to 0 and v is equals to 3. So this is the line. Okay, this is u plus v equals to 3 line. Okay, so this line we had drawn. And remember, these two lines will be parallel to each other. In this drawing it is not parallel, but it is actually parallel, because this equation u plus v equals to 1. That means v is equals to 1 minus u, which is equals to y is equals to, let's say, compare this equation with y equals to mx plus c. So here v is y, so v which is equals to, what is mx? It is minus u, and what is this plus c? It is 1. So here the slope is minus 1, and the slope of this line, that is u plus v equals to 3, I will show here. V is equals to 3 minus u. Okay, so let's compare this equation with y equals to mx plus c, where m is the slope. So here y is nothing but v, and mx is nothing but this is minus u, and c is plus 3. So here again this slope is minus 1. Okay, so here we obtain the slope m equals to -1. So these two, both the lines are parallel to each other. In this drawing it is not parallel, but actually these two lines are parallel, that is u plus v equals to 1 and u plus v is equals to 3 are parallel to each other. Okay, so now we will solve the fourth line, that is v minus u equals to 1. If we put u equals to 0, then we will get v equals to 1. So the first point is 0 comma 1, so this is the point. And if we put v equals to 0, then we will get u equals to -1. So here it will be, so this is -1 comma 0, that is u is -1 and v is 0. So this is the line. Okay, so this is v minus u equals to 1, all the line we had drawn. So now we will see the intersection portion of this, of all these lines. So remember, in this question, in the z plane we had different equations for the different line, and by using the linear transformation we had obtained the different lines corresponding to these different equations which is given in the z plane. That means the linear transformation transforms the line which is given in z plane to the line which is in the line in the w plane. Okay, so this is the common portion of this, all the lines. Okay, so now notice, here in the z plane we had this region, and by using the linear transformation we obtained this region in the w plane. Okay, so now we will see the next transformation, that is inversion transformation. Okay, so in inversion transformation, if in the z plane it is the line, then in w plane we get the circle, means inversion occurs. That means if in the z plane the equation of circle is given, then in the w plane we get the line corresponding to that circle. Okay, so now we will discuss the inversion transformation. So what do you mean by inversion transformation? So a transformation is said to be inversion if the form is w equals to 1 upon z is given. Okay, where this inversion transformation is used, this inversion transformation is used to convert the line which is given in the xy plane to the circle in the uv plane. Okay, that is the w plane. And if the circle is given in the z plane, that is the xy plane, then we can convert it into the line of uv plane, that is w plane, by using the inversion transformation. Okay, so now we will discuss the inversion transformation in Cartesian form and inversion transformation in the polar form. Okay, so note this is an important thing. So now we will see for Cartesian form. Now a complex number z can be written as z is equals to x plus iy in Cartesian form. Okay, now we have inversion transformation, that is w which is equals to 1 upon z. Now we will take z on the left hand side for our derivation. So now let z is equals to x plus iy and w is equals to u plus iv. Okay, now whenever we have the complex number in the denominator, then we will multiply it by conjugate, multiply and divide by conjugate, that is u minus iv. This is the conjugate of u plus iv. If here it is u minus iv, then we will multiply and divide by u plus iv. Okay, so now this is x plus iy which is equals to u minus iv upon u square plus v square. Now how this u square plus v square had came, I will show. Now this is u plus iv into u minus iv, which is equals to a plus b into a minus b. So what is a plus b into a minus b? It is a square minus b square. Okay, so similarly here a is u square minus b is iv, so iv the whole square. Now here I square is -1, so it will be minus minus plus, so it will be u square plus v square. Okay, so now we will separate the real and imaginary part. So this is x plus iy which is equals to u upon u square plus v square minus I into v upon u square plus v square. So the real and imaginary part will be, real part is x is equals to u square u upon u square plus v square, and imaginary part y is equals to minus v upon u square plus v square. Okay, so this is the relation between x and y and u and v in the Cartesian form. Note this. Then after we will discuss the polar form. So complex number can be written as z is equals to r into e raised to I theta in polar form. Now this equation we had derived in the lecture of first chapter, that is complex variable and complex function. So if you had not seen that video lecture, then I will provide a link in the top right corner in I button. Okay. So z can be written as r into e raised to I theta in the polar form. Similarly, we had w. W is equals to 1 upon z. Okay. So this is 1 upon r into e raised to I theta. Similarly, the w can be written as the same, that is r capital R into e raised to I phi. Okay. So from this equation, capital R is equals to 1 upon r, that is small r, and this phi which is equals to minus theta. How minus theta? Because this 1 upon r into e raised to minus I into theta. So comparing these two equations, we get phi is equals to minus theta. So this is r into e raised to I phi is equals to 1 upon r into e raised to I theta is the polar form of inversion transformation. Okay. Now we will solve the sum, that is the find the image of the line x minus y equals to 1 under the transformation w is equals to 1 upon z, which is the inversion transformation. So here the Cartesian form is given, that is x and y. So we will use the Cartesian equation of the inversion transformation. So first we will write w which is equals to 1 upon z, taking z on the one side, z is equals to 1 upon w we will get. So now what is z? Z is nothing but x plus iy. What is w? Which is equals to u plus ib. Now multiplying dividing by u minus ib. So we will get x plus iy is equals to u minus ib upon u square plus v square. I hope you understood this step. So now we will separate the real and imaginary part. So this is x is equals to u upon u square plus v square, and y is equals to minus v upon u square plus v square. Now this step is compulsory in every sum of the inversion transformation. Okay. So now here it is given that x minus y equals to 1. X minus y equals to 1. So now here x is this. So it is u upon u square plus v square minus, and this minus gets added, that is minus minus plus. So it is v upon u square plus v square, which is equals to 1. Now here the LCM is same, then we can write u plus v upon u square plus v square is equals to 1. Okay, so u plus v is equals to u square plus v square. So now this u and v bringing on the RHS side, so we get u square minus u plus v square minus v equals to 0. So now observing this equation, that is here we have the first term and the middle term. So we require the last term for making this as the complete square. So what is the formula of last term? It is last term is equals to middle term square upon 4 into first term. And if you will use this equation, then you will get the last term as 1 by 4 for both the equations, that is v square minus v plus 1 by 4. Now here we had added 1 by 4 and 1 by 4, so we have to subtract it also. So bringing minus 1 by 4 and minus 1 by 4 on the RHS, we get 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Okay. So now this u square minus u plus 1 by 4 and v square minus v plus 1 by 4 is the complete square. So we can write u minus 1 by 2 the whole square plus v minus 1 by 2 the whole square, which is equals to 1 by, this is 2 by 4, which is equals to 1 by 2. Okay. Now this equation is equals to x minus h the whole square plus y minus k the whole square, which is equals to r square. This is the equation of the circle where center is h comma k. Here h and k is 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2, and radius is 1 by root 2. Okay. So we got the center and the radius of the circle, which will be converted into the w form, w plane. Okay. So we had converted this line of xy plane into the circle of the w plane. Okay. So now we will draw the circle. So This is the circle with the center 1 by 2, 1 by 2 and radius as 1 by root 2. Okay. Note this circle crosses this v-axis. It does not touches the v-axis, it crosses the v-axis. Okay. Because the radius is 1 by root 2, which is equals to 0.70 something. And our distance from this center is 0.5. So definitely it will cross the v-axis. So this is the circle in W plane. So this is the given line in the Z plane. This is the line which we had converted into the circle in the W plane. Okay. So that's all. If you had any doubts, please ask me in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel for more educational videos. Like and share. In next video, we will be discussing more sums related to the inversion transformation. So thank you.